What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dogecoin today, DOGE. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Shout out to Jonathan for the request. Here we are, my friends. It is the 25th of August, and here we are, about 6 days, 19 and a half hours left in this week, 19 and a half hours left in this, the 25th of August here. We are ready to move on up, man. We're absolutely ready to move on up. You know, this kind of reminds me, I just made a video on Moonwell. It kind of reminds me of Moonwell, honestly. I never thought I would compare something of the likes of Doge to a low cap. Not that Moonwell's a low cap coin, but Doge is like top dog, right? It's number 8, and it genuinely watch the Moonwell video if you don't know what I'm talking about. It literally looks the same, actually, if we're being fair. Most altcoins though, they kind of have that same look, so that makes sense. That gives me a lot more faith that Moonwell's going to pump up, so that's nice. Anybody who's watching this who likes Moonwell, but Dogecoin's going to definitely pump up as well. I mean, there's little doubt in my head that Dogecoin pumps up. If we're looking at this from an all-time historical perspective, you can see here, I mean, this is one of the most bullish charts that's ever existed, not just in crypto, but in stocks and anything, man. It's a phenomenal chart. Long phases of accumulation, massive pumps. Long phase of accumulation, like we haven't even gotten to the massive pumps yet. Little shakies here and there, shakeouts. We're probably going to pump all the way up to prices that are above $1 here come September's end or October, something like that, but probably by the end of September. When Dogecoin moves up, it moves fast. It moves very, very fast. So I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we saw some magnificent upside taking place here over the coming weeks. I want to look at the short-term stuff, and then we'll come back out to the long-term stuff. Okay, looking at this on a 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame. Get the MACD on there. Let me see here. We do have bullish divergence on the MACD, both on the oscillators and the histogram. So you can see here the oscillators, the orange and the blue line, they have higher lows here. The histogram, the red things here, right, the red bars, low, higher low, right? They're sloping up, right? You can see this, like you see how that's sloping up there, right? This is building down here, right? You're getting lower lows. This is a higher low setup with the histogram and a higher low setup with the oscillators. On the 1-hour time frame, lower lows in the price. That's bullish divergence, classic bullish divergence. A little bit volatile, you know, oversold, overbought like this. Maybe you come back down. Bitcoin's trying to figure itself out right now. Does it want to bounce here? Does it want to move up higher? You know, I think that it is going to move up higher, but perhaps we, you know, I mean, we really could sweep that 110K, 108K area, clear out every single long that exists on planet Earth, do it real fast, and then come back up. I don't think that it would be detrimental to the cycle, but it depends on how we do it, right? We have to go down fast, and we have to come back either just as fast or at a pretty decent pace. And if that happens, Dogecoin could absolutely go lower as well. You know, here we are at 22.8 cents. The amount that we would go lower for Dogecoin, I want to say this again because somebody asked me the other day, do you think it's a good time to buy Dogecoin? And I want to say that the price, what was it? And this had to have been, was it Friday? Was it down here? Wow, was it before this pump? I don't remember what it was. But regardless if it was down here, regardless if it was the very top, I don't remember where it was. I feel like it was Friday. But that sounds too early. I don't know. Maybe. Regardless of where it was, the point remains the same as whenever I would have said it, is that if you're waiting to buy Dogecoin, the amount of downside that we have is negligible, completely negligible compared to the upside, right? Even from up here, this downside, let's say we go all the way down to 21 cents. That downside is negligible, completely negligible compared to the pump that we're going to have. We got to zoom way the hell out. You know what I mean? Like it's not even close, not even the same league. So if in your head, whenever you hear me say the things that I'm about to say, if you're thinking, oh, I should wait to buy, or oh, I should sell now, that's a terrible idea. Or I mean, maybe waiting to buy is not a terrible idea necessarily, but if you have no exposure in Dogecoin, you should probably get some exposure at least. It doesn't hurt to buy even here. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but looking at this here from a low, relative low to a relative high, you are consolidating at the 382. You found nice support, man. That's such a good reaction. It's a shame that you had this fake out reaction and came back down. Finding resistance at the 236 and hitting the 382 so many times, I would expect that we go lower. I would very much expect, I mean, from here, typically I don't expect that you find support at the 0.5. We can give it a little bit of a nod of respect because that 0.5 is right here at prior areas of resistance right there. Kind of at prior areas of support as well. In my opinion, still though, even though 22.4 cents might hold as support, I'm thinking 22 cents to 21.8 cents would be the support zone that we hold, right? Golden ratio, nice little low here. Is that a higher low? I don't know, double bottom, whatever, but turning around, getting a higher low right there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with that at all. And then I want to see, with the golden ratio in mind, if we took, I want to take this low to high. I know that this one's more significant, but that's a fake out. I don't like using fake outs normally in my analysis as far as like where I draw my fibs. Maybe it makes sense to use it though. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to use it. Let's see. There's some sense to be made there. I'm not gonna lie. That fib there from a low to a high, it makes this 22.4 cent area look a little bit more appealing. I'm not gonna lie. High to low here. Yeah. I think 20. I think you do go just below 22 cents personally, but we'll see. Time will tell. A little bit lower. Let's look at the indicators. Okay. Oh yeah, we already looked at the indicators. That's right. So you do have bullish divergence, but it's already played out. The stochastics look bad, and the RSI could go lower. So we're going to stick with the idea that you go lower. The MACD does look good, but 2 to 1 negative. Volatile here. It's not that this one looks so bad. It's just right here it looks bad, and the stochastics definitely do look bad right here. So it's leaning more bearish, I'd say, on the 1 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame here. Coming down. Stochastics are about to get bearish. Did the RSI break? It's kind of got this uptrend. You see, there's a little confliction here as well. I mean, it could go either way, man. It really could. 3 hours, 22 minutes left. If by the end of this 4 hour candle here, you're moving up, if the 1 hour is misleading us and you move up, you could get this stochastics to actually bounce off the oversold zone, stop the momentum building in the bearish in the MACD, and then you'd also hold this area as support on your RSI, which you've got this little uptrend going on here. You just broke out of your downtrend. I don't know. You've got some good stuff going for you here on the 4 hour, but you would need to hold this zone. If by the end, if you're watching this right now, 4 hour candle, it's the 4th hour to the 8th hour of the day, this the 25th of August. If this candle closes red or lower than here, then you're probably going to that 21.8 cent area, okay? 22.4 at the least. Nothing crazy. We're at 22.8 cents now. We're not talking about anything crazy. If you come back up by the end of this candle, you close green, I think you're absolved of going lower, and you're actually probably going to move higher, which is nice to see. So that 1 hour is either going to prevail true or it's going to be misleading. The 4 hour right now is kind of at a critical moment. I would say if it goes up, if you close green, it's going to prevail true to the upside, but if you close red here, it's going to prevail true to the downside. It could go either way. It really could go either way. But I'd say you've got more good things and bad things going for you. So even with that drop, again, it's not going to be anything dramatic. You're still going to continue moving up. This 4 hour time frame is very bullish overall. So over the days to come, I would expect some growth. Maybe today, maybe even a little bit tomorrow. You decay though. Who cares? Daily time frame, RSI is neutral. MACD looks bearish. I gotta admit. I mean, it's weird because it's in like a bullish posturing, but showing bearish signs. It depends though, right? It does depend because you got 19 hours, 20 minutes left in this day. If you close this day green, even if you close it here, I don't really think it's a bad thing. But if you close too much lower, if you have a pretty solid red day, that could be a bad thing. That could promote lows that are lower than these lows, and that would just be wacky, man. We'd have to talk. I'd have some splaining to do. I don't like the stochastics here. You've done weird stuff like this before, though. I'm not going to hold it against you. And it is Doge. You've done weird stuff like this and still gotten overbought. So I'm not going to hold that against you. Right here, you've done like bullish things and you still went oversold. So yeah, RSI neutral. Overall bullish though, right? Getting overbought, not getting oversold, higher lows overall. You look bullish overall. So more bullish on the daily time frame. More bullish on the 4 hour, but again, both of those time frames. The 1 hour is the only one that's kind of like more bearish, but the 4 hour and the daily are at a pivotal moment, let's just say. Things can get a little bearish and still be okay, but if we get too bearish, if we see a pretty big dump, like if we had a day like this, where instead of moving up 11%, we move down 12% or 11%, that could promote some serious drops. I mean, we'd see prices below 20 cents, you guys. We'd probably see prices even below like 18 cents, but we'll see. I have a feeling we'll know within the next 24 hours, and my assumption is by the next time we talk about Dogecoin, it's probably going to be moving up, right? So all that being said, going back out to the weekly here with this phenomenal look. Weekly RSI looks great. Stochastics look great. The MACD is about to cross. The weeks to come should be bullish, right? backing that idea. And again, the more significant time frames, 4-hour, daily, weekly, are all, if anything, more bullish than they are bearish. So that's a good thing, right? That's kind of that guiding hand of reassurance on the bullish note there. If we take a high, high to low, 786,382. I mean, dude, we're looking to break through the roof. Your minimum target to stop at would be your all-time highs, right? 73 cents. If not, I mean, hell, you might go all the way up to $1.54. By the end of September, October, whatever. This thing moves fast when it wants to move. From a high to a low here. Come on now. Give me that low. Come on now. Come on, TradingView. Maybe we stop at $1.07. But again, guys, this is Dogecoin. We haven't had that Dogecoin-like move. This was the closest to it, and that's pathetic. That's nothing. We really could, by the end of October or September even, move all the way up to $1.52. We're at 22 cents now. I could see it happening. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. What I see happening is there's probably going to be a lot of people who think they know what they're doing, and they're going to sell at $1 because Dogecoin to $1, that was it. It's never going to break $1, and then it breaks through $1 more. Oh no, what was I doing? I was so dumb. I'm going to buy back here. It's just going to go to $100 now, and then it dumps, right? That's typically what happens. Regardless, though, $1.54. Let's say 68 cents, 69 cents probably as a minimum. Anywhere and everywhere in between. I like that $1.07 area. I'm coming around more to this idea of $1.52 though than I have really in months. So we'll see how it goes. I got nothing else for you guys. Again, if anybody's curious as to where I think Dogecoin's going to go by the end of the cycle, it's not here, it's higher. I have strong suspicions that we will stop somewhere around $4. 2618, 1618, cycle high to cycle low. Your golden ratios at the 1618. Most significant relevant pivot here from a high to a low. 2618's there as well. I think that's where you're going by the end of the cycle. When's the end of the cycle? Nobody knows. December, May of next year, somewhere in that time frame probably. Take care of yourselves. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Peace out, dogs. Bye-bye.